break and the latency issues that we were having earlier, but thankfully those issues have been resolved and we are jumping into game number 3. We missed out on the last game. I do apologize, and I'm very envious that I wasn't able to cast it, but now we have the ace match apparently. Oh my, it's crazy. I don't know who won the last game. I have no idea what happened. We're jumping into game 3 here, and spawning in the top left hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the American Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Virtus Pro. It is Astrea. And now we can finally settle in. We have the scores, and if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will take this series. I have no idea what happened in game 1. I have no idea what happened in game 2, but we are suddenly in the ace match, and this could go either way. Dark is the favorite player. That is true, 100%. He is the favorite player, but Astrea clearly can go toe-to-toe with him, clearly can cause an upset. He can come out swinging with a wild build, with some wild play. I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. As we are going to be settling in. Hatchgas full standard opener here out of Dark. Dark often is very aggressive in this matchup. We see a lot of all-ins from the side of Dark. Will we see them again? It's possible. It is possible. Now we are just going to be joining up, taking our gases. We do see Astrea being as annoying as possible in the middle line. When it comes to the issues that I was having earlier, in game 2, we were trying to cast, but I shot up to 1,000 ping in game. I just restarted the game, and now it's good. Well, so I just restart. I mean, I say that I restarted the game, and I also, yeah, just made sure everything was closed, like in the background, and made sure everything was okay. But yeah, that did end up fixing it. So I don't know what the issue was. Sometimes the Korean server is just weird like that. Sometimes it just throws you into an unstable server that you have just really bad routing on, and you just get screwed. Like it happens. Like feels bad, man. But at least we're all stable here. Everything is smooth sailings for now, at least. Fingers crossed. I just jinxed myself. Meanwhile, it's going to be a Stargate opener out of Astrea. Is just going to be an initial Stargate. I imagine into Oracle, but we could see a Void Ray opener or a Phoenix instead out of Astrea. It's a little bit less common, but still viable, very much so. Probe Scout comes in, gets eyes on the third base, doesn't delay, but does get eyes on the expansion, so Astrea knows that there's no kind of weird 2-base all-in. The third is being taken, but it's still going to be on Astrea to make sure that it's being saturated. We mentioned before that Dark, he is so willing to pull back into gas, rush into a lair, rush into a Link Queen Nidus all-in, or like a German Taxi Drop-a-Lord all-in with roaches. Like, Dark is just so in your face at almost all times. And Astrea is aware of that, and Astrea has to make sure that nothing crazy is going on. Shades in, gets eyes, make sure there's no like weird kind of gas timing at the natural. Additional Lings are on the way, Ling speed about to kick in. And Astrea will soon have to get the hell out of here. Yeah, it does shade away. Will shade away just in time for Ling speed. Adept going for the tumor, does get the tumor. Very nice pickup. Creep tumor goes down, Adept does shade away. And did go Oracle first. It's going to be Oracle into a second Oracle behind this. Double Oracle opener. Lings move out across the map. They're going for the Adept. The Adept is going to be surrounded, or is going to be attempted to be shut down, but we do have the Oracle to defend. Lings, they don't get much done. Third base will freely get up and running. Let us go. Third base will get up. Second Oracle has arrived, and we have seen this time and time again out of Astrea. We have been able to cast him a little bit more regularly as of late, but Astrea is going for a Phoenix follow-up. Interesting. I'm quickly just double checking this week's Ursasaurus Cup, because we were casting, and I want to say, yeah, Astrea, he also went to the ace match against Dark in the Ursasaurus Cup, and did play very similarly, going double Oracle into Phoenix, is hunting down those Overlords, and behind this Astrea, he can rush into Sky Toss, he can rush into Glaive Adepts. We can see, though, it's going to be Forge, and the Twilight Council is going to be +1, and I was going to say Blink, but it could be Charge. Astrea can dive into Charge instead. But now just warping in additional Adepts, should soon be moving out. There we go, Adepts are shading across the map. Their goal here is to threaten the mineral lines to force out Lings, force out Roaches, and make sure that Dark just can't freely drone. So Astrea is going to test the waters. Phoenix is here to, the Oracle's here to support. Phoenix into the main. +1 range on the way. And I believe, yeah, there's no Roach Warren. But if they do commit, they commit into the natural, into the third. A couple of workers are being targeted down. 3, 4 drone kills. Not bad. It's okay. 4 drones lost mining time, but more importantly, it looks like Hydra tech. What I mean by that is, with range on the way, where is the Roach Warren? There is none. There is no Roach Warren. Lair is done. Hydra Den has been thrown down. Oracles are looking for the tech. They do hit the third. No Spore. No Spore position. 3 drones go down. Checking the vision. The Hydra Den has not been scouted, but at the same time, neither has the Roach Warren. So, like, even though the tech hasn't been seen, on top of that, the lack of earlier tech also confirms. I mean, technically, it could also be a Spire. True. Could be a hidden Spire as well. Behind this Astrea, we spoke about it earlier, but it is going to be +1 in charge, not blink, into Archons. So charge of Archon by Astrea. And if Dark was purely going Ling Hydra, then I would be concerned for him, but Dark did also throw down a much later Roach Warren. Roach Warren has been placed. Astrea will confirm, gets the Roach Warren and the Hydra Den as well. So Roach Hydra from Dark. I believe the Roach Warren is just for safety in case he does need them. And he will against this. So here it comes, Astrea. Just meeting up with a War Prism. Charge finishing up in a couple of seconds, +1 as well. Okay, and Astrea, he doesn't move out with his main army, only moving out with the War Prism. They're going to be harassing. War Prism towards the 4th. Dark is in position. Has Lings, has a handful of Hydras, handful of Roaches as well. Dark will shut this down. And behind this Astrea, he's still just building up. No 4th. What's important here is that this looks like a 3-base all-in. The 4th base is heavily delayed here. Heavily delayed for Astrea. So it's going to be all or nothing. A very strong storm timing. And again, if Dark didn't have these Roaches, I'd be concerned for him. But with Roaches and with potentially Ravagers as well, Dark, he should have a comparable army here to Astrea. I say comparable, I mean Dark is maxing out. He's cutting workers at 73 and maxing out on purely Roach Hydra. Or mainly Roach, really. And against this kind of army, it's going to be ideal. Sure, there's going to be a lot of storms, but, I mean, Roaches are built to tank storms. And still no 4th. Dark actually going to be pushing it ahead of time. Lings get in, no! Lings a bust into the natural. Astrea pulling a bit of a hero. Dark at the same time going for the 4th. There is none. And no 4th base to be found. Dark playing it carefully. Ideally, Dark does want to trade because he's maxed. Wants to replenish that army and take down whatever he can. Bearing in mind, Dark can afford these trades. Astrea cannot. There's the first storm. There's like 4 more storms available. There's a second. There's a 3rd storm on the Hydras. So far, so good. There's 2, almost 3 storms left, though. And Astrea, he's trading nicely. Fighting back. Does take down a massive chunk of Roaches. Building up more Immortals. Again, he's building up 2 Immortals at a time. That's a lot of Immortal. That's a lot of Protoss. And it's just going to be the 3-base all-in. Like, essentially, Astrea, he's building up towards a critical mass of Immortal. We've seen this time and time again. If Dark doesn't continue to trade, then Astrea, he will snowball out of control. And he's moving out. Spine Crawlers are on the way, at least at the 4th. It's just purely Immortal Storm. I would like to see some more Archons, to be honest, but we'll get there. It's just, Jesus. How many High Templar? 11! 11 High Templar. Roaches are coming in. Oh! They do snipe 1 High Templar. 1 High Templar goes down. 2nd High Templar as well. The High Templar are exposed. Yeah, expensive losses here for Astrea. Bleeding out too many High Templar. This army did need some support. And Dark took advantage of that. At the same time, we're with the Zealots there across the map. They're trading with Hydras, not bad. Zealots on the left, Zealots on the right. Bases are going down. Hatchery is going to fall. War Prism is still alive in between the bases. And Astrea moves out. Now, he had 11 High Templar, now he's down to 7. So he lost 4. He lost 4 High Templar, and not a single one morphed into an Archon. That's important as well. So no Archons remaining here with the main army. That is a concern, but the Hydras are getting caught out. Where are the Hydras? What are we doing out here? Hydras get caught. Astrea, he's pushing. Dark back at home. Does he have enough? It's mainly Hydra Queen. A couple of Roaches are on the way, but this army is going to be very vulnerable to Storm. It's almost pure Hydra. There we go. 10 Roaches are on the way. Astrea expands, and he throws down a Fleet Beacon. I mean, as the game progresses, like, it's getting better and better for Dark, because Astrea has been 3-base all in, but now he's slowly expanding, and that tells us that Astrea is not pushing. He's fighting for map control, but it looks like Astrea, he's thinking further ahead. He's thinking about that Sky Toss. Meanwhile, that's going to be 8 Lurkers in production. Until the Lurkers pop out, Dark is vulnerable, but the Lurkers are on the way. At the same time, Dark pushing in towards the south, forcing back the Zealots. Hits the expansion. Astrea trying to come in from behind, trying to catch the army, unable to. And the Lunkers, they're here. I say they're here. They're back at home. Oh my god. They shut down the Zealot run by. The Zealots do nothing. Ooh, Astrea, he's in a very precarious position. Dark could come in from behind. Lurker's getting caught out for a moment. Dark going for a counterattack instead. He's going for the 4th base. Likewise, Astrea going for the 4th as well. Astrea does have an observer. Dark, he just goes straight for the 3rd. He's going for the kill. He's going for the throat instead. He forces Astrea back home. And Astrea just doesn't have much left to work with. 2 Immortals go down. The base is exposed. How good are the Storms going to be? The Zealots, they come in prematurely. Ugh. Yeah, the Zealots, they just melt. And Astrea tries to come in. Massive spine shots. Oh my god, so many High Templar go down. There's 1 left. Soon to be 0 left. Yeah, the spine shots were brutal. The Lurker positioning was too good. And you can see Astrea's army just completely evaporate. There's 1 Immortal remaining. GG gets called, and Dark will take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Astrea definitely had potential with this army, but as we saw, once Lurkers arrived, the dynamic did change. Once Lurkers did hit the field, then Astrea couldn't keep pushing. We saw him, second guess himself, did try to transition to a very late 4th and very late Sky Toss as well, just because he was stuck on High Templar Immortal for so long. And we saw how difficult it was for him to transition out of that. On top of that, we saw Astrea attempt to surround on the Lurkers, but it was very mistimed. It felt very mismanaged. The Zealots came in too soon. The flank came in at a really awkward angle where all the High Templar got hit by one wave of spine shots. It was brutal. Like 3 High Templar died immediately. It just, everything went wrong with that final engagement. And even then, like, he had already lost an expansion and lost another. Like, it was still an uphill battle for Astrea. Regardless, GG, well played. Very strong performance here for Astrea to go to the ace match against Dark. That is not an easy thing to do. So very well done. Very well done here to Astrea. With that, Dark will advance on into the next round, and he's going to be facing off against Trap in the semifinals. Let's go.